The political history of Pakistan is the narrative and analysis of political events, ideas, movements, and leaders of Pakistan. Pakistan gained independence from the United Kingdom on 14 August 1947, when the presidencies and provinces of British India was divided by the United Kingdom, in a region which is commonly referred to as the Indian subcontinent. Since its independence, Pakistan has had a colorful yet turbulent political history at times, often characterized by martial law and inefficient leadership. The Pakistan movement, as it came to be known, was based on the principle of two-nation theory, and aimed to establish a separate homeland for Muslims in South Asia. This was a movement against the oppression that Muslims felt in the face of an increasingly politicized Hindu majority. The Pakistan movement was spearheaded by Muhammad Ali Jinnah and staunchly opposed by some of Muslim religious scholars. After the independence, Liaquat Ali Khan became the first prime minister and Jinnah became the first governor-general. Pakistan consisted of two wings, West Pakistan and East Pakistan. The Liaquat government, along with all subsequent governments during that first decade after independence, faced serious difficulties in effectively governing both East and West Pakistan, eventually leading to the military coup of 1958. 1. The Indo-Pakistani War of 1947 began to take place in Kashmir region in 1947. Both Liaquat and Jinnah were determined to stop the riots and refugee problems and to set up an effective administrative system for the country. Liaquat Ali Khan did the groundbreaking work for the foreign policy of Pakistan while taking initiatives towards the formulation of the constitution. He presented the Objectives Resolution, a prelude to future constitutions, in the Legislative Assembly. The House passed it on 12 March 1949 too. It has been described as the Magna Carta of Pakistan's constitutional history. Both United States and Soviet Union sent invitation to Liaquat Ali Khan. However, Khan chose to pay a goodwill visit to United States first. This was perceived as a rebuff to Moscow, and has been traced to profound adverse consequences. Khan had wanted Pakistan to remain neutral in the Cold War, as declared 3 days after Pakistan's independence, when he declared that Pakistan would take no sides in the conflict of ideologies between the nations. Khan later tried to visit Soviet Union, but the dates for goodwill visit were not materialized by Soviet Union. The same year, Jinnah declared Urdu as official language of Pakistan. 3. It sparked protests in East Pakistan, formerly East Bengal, where Bengali was spoken by most of the population. Jinnah also faced problems with Pakistan Army's Commander-in-Chief General Sir Douglas Gracey, who refused to obey the orders of Jinnah. General Gracey argued that Jinnah as Governor-General represented the British Crown, of which he himself was an appointee. Therefore, he did not send troops to Kashmir region. Jinnah also faced problems with Commander-in-Chief of the Air Force Air Vice Marshal Richard Atchley and Commander-in-Chief of the Navy Rear Admiral James Wilfred Jefford, who also refused to obey standing orders given by Jinnah. During Khan's tenure, India and Pakistan agreed to resolve the dispute of Kashmir in a peaceful manner through the efforts of the United Nations. This agreement was termed as Karachi Agreement, and a ceasefire was effected in Kashmir on January 1, 1949. It was decided that a free and impartial plebiscite would be held under the supervision of the UN. 4. In 1948, Jinnah died. 5, and a major problem of religious minorities flared during late 1949 and early 1950. Militants from Jamiat Ulema-e-Pakistan began to attack the minorities in West Pakistan, which later slipped to India. Sensing another war with India, Khan met Indian Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru to sign the Liaquat-Nehru Pact in 1950. The pact was an effort to improve relations and reduce tension between India and Pakistan, and to protect the religious minorities on both sides of the borders. In East Pakistan, the Bengali language movement reached its peak on 21 February 1952, when the police and soldiers opened fire on students near the Dhaka Medical College protesting for Bengali to receive equal status with Urdu. Several protesters were killed, and the movement gained further support throughout East Pakistan. Later, the government agreed to provide equal status to Bengali as a state language of Pakistan, a right later codified in the 1956 constitution.